Whiskey fam, sit down, grab a superb dram, and listen to the soothing sounds of your boy Whiskey One talk some whiskey with you. Today we are getting into some high-end stuff, courtesy of Julian Algarin. So big shout out to Julian for letting me borrow this bottle to share with all of you and give some deets on it. This is a very, very limited bottle, and from what I hear, it is now trying to fetch a pretty penny. So stick around. All right, Whiskey fam, thank you for checking out the channel. Now, if you are new to the channel, consider liking, subscribing. If you enjoy the content, we certainly have plenty to go around. And if you are a Patreon, big shout out to you guys because you guys help make the channel happen. And as a matter of fact, you guys are responsible for some of the new merch that's come out. And so if you are a Patreon, you will be getting yours in the mail. I will try my best to see you in person, but if not, here is what's in store. We have our new challenge coins. That's right, we'll do a close-up of our Whiskey One challenge coins where it's got a logo in the front and it's about the one you enjoy in the back. Those are gonna get mailed out if I do not get a chance to see you in person and do a warm handoff. Also, you gotta say, this is a sweet looking shirt, and our Patreons are also getting theirs for free. So if you are not a Patreon, consider subscribing and becoming one, and you will find yourself with one of these as well as the challenge coin. And one of the ways that you can also support is by getting your hands on a Whiskey One Glencairn. Now, I know you're probably wondering, well, where can I find all this stuff? Is there an easy one-stop shop? And there is. Check out our website at whiskeyonechannel.com. And that is one of the best ways that you can support the channel. Now, let's dive into the Wild Turkey Beacon because that is why we're all here. Now, again, big shout out to Julian for letting me borrow this. He's been antsy to get this bottle back, and I don't blame him. This is the last of the Master's Keep series that started in 2015. It's been going for 10 years strong now. But, you know, this is also featuring the, collaboration of Eddie and Bruce Russell. This happens to be the first time Bruce's signature is on the Master's Key bottle. And the other reason that this is special is this happens to be the first time that we're seeing this at cask strength or barrel strength, barrel proof, whatever you want to call it. 59% ABV, so 118 proof. Not for the lighthearted. If you are not into, the bigger, bolder whiskeys, you may not enjoy this. But the reason this one happens to be so special is because it is going to be the last of the series, because it's also barrel proof, and I'm really eager to get into this. Also because this is going up in price. So it normally retails for $300, and from what I hear, you are now finding this at auction at $2,000 or above. So you may have to pay a pretty penny because of how allocated it is, how everybody's trying to get their hands on it. But I thought it'd be a great idea to do the tasting notes and reveal my thoughts on whether you really need to chase this bottle. Because honestly, when it comes to allocated whiskey, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, and sometimes you just collect because you just don't care. You wanna just look fancy. So, without further ado, let's just get right into this, shall we? Yay! All right, so the Beacon. Lots of beautiful, deep, rich color to it. It's crimson, really, really dark. It is a blend of 10-year and 6-year bourbon from none other than Wild Turkey. I don't collect the Wild Turkey. I don't necessarily dive into all things Wild Turkey. For some people, this is their jam. This is everything that they like. I personally enjoy Wild Turkey. I'm just not a big hunter. So anything that I give as far as an opinion will be an honest take on what I feel about this bottle. As compared to other Wild Turkeys, I'm probably not going to go that route. Again, I'm not a huge Wild Turkey fan. There's a lot of other whiskeys that I'm a big fan of that you could certainly get nerdy with me on, but I'm ready to see if as a standalone bottle, you should be getting this. So color, we went into that, again, dark crimson, but as far as legs, take a look at that, and we'll do a close-up as well. You know, it's starting to show some nice thickness. It's not chill filtered, so there's that. But as far as legs, it's certainly leaving a lot of beads on this glass. And you know, I am drinking out of the Whiskey One glass, so anybody that knows about the Whiskey One glass, it tends to make whiskey taste better. This may not be the most objective type of way to test that theory. Either way, let's just get into this whiskey, shall we? Wow. Very, very mature on the nose. Lots of tea, lots of red fruits. It's got like an earthy cherry to it. Man, umami, leathery, again mature. Like the fact that this is a blend of 16 and 10 year, it's definitely showing on the nose. Some nice vanillas and caramels, they're there, but it feels just like an earthy whiskey. A lot of depth and complexity. Not super sweet, it's balanced. So I like that there's not this one thing that just dominates the entire glass, but I'm ready to just jump right into it. So cheers all you guys. Okay. Okay, so at 118 proof, it doesn't give a major hug. It just hangs on to the palate. Wow. It's very juicy, vibrant. A lot of the dark, you know, cherry notes that I was describing, wow, they really pop on the palate. Matter of fact, there's like a dark chocolate cherry thing happen, like a cordial. That's the first thing you notice. It then starts to taper into, again, those black tea notes. It's leathery. It feels like a classic old man whiskey, one that you want to sit down and just, you know, think through your day, just vibe out, listen to some music, whatever that might be, and just take a moment and just zone the hell out. Wow, this is a really classy bottle. My initial impressions are on it that, you know, I need another sip. So let's get into this because this is tasty. So cheers again. Now, wow, I'm going to mention a few things. When it comes to bourbon, I personally have like an upper limit of what I will spend on a bottle. You know, obviously the allocated stuff these days is fetching, you know, between 200 and 300 and above. And I think if you were going to think about getting this at that price, that might be a fair price. That might be a fair price. This is really good. But going back to the overall taste on that second sip, wow, the dark cherries, the dark chocolate really starts to pop. There's this dark cacao thing happening. It's sweet, it's layered. There's a nice thick layer of toffee and caramel. There's a little bit of salinity to it. Sure, there's like just a small salted chocolate thing happening there. But the black tea note really starts to kind of subdue itself. And then, you know, again, the dark fruits start to show up. They rise above. They are what stands out. Still balanced though. My goodness, this is a fantastic dram. It certainly got my attention. And I think if I had this bottle, I would definitely babysit the hell out of it. It's a fantastic gem. So I'm gonna take one more sip and then just kind of share my thoughts on who I feel this speaks to the most. So cheers again. Wow. The proof is up there, but it doesn't burn. It just gives you this subtle warming embrace. It's like seeing a friend that you haven't seen for over 10, 15 years, or 16 years. And, you know, just, man, wow, that's a great hug. I know that I said this before, but this feels like old man whiskey, just mature, refined, classy. There's a lot of words I want to throw out there. But luxurious, silky, all those things. Wow, this is, you know, when you see a bottle on the top shelf and somebody spent a good deal amount of money on it, and then it kind of disappoints. It's like it doesn't live up to, you know, the sparkle that you get, all the hype. I feel like this is hands down worthy of the hype. They did a fantastic job with this bottle. The only thing that truly sucks is that there's not more of it. But who knows? Things might change in the next couple of years. You know, the whiskey boom is starting to pop. You know, the things that we, you know, we're starting to chase will probably start to become a little bit more readily available. Who knows? Maybe they change their mind and they decide, hey, let's bring back Master's Keep in a few years. Who knows? I don't know. But certainly this is worthy of a $300 price tag. That is the initial MSRP. Now, I can't tell you whether to get this bottle at $2,000. I don't know about that. But certainly, you know, if you had to spend a little bit above the 300, maybe as far as 500, I would say okay. Okay, because you're not going to find this type of bottle anytime soon. So I definitely think that's worthy of that. One thing also to mention is the presentation. Goodness, this is a nice looking box. Fancy box. It's got the gold lettering there. I'm just going to open it. We'll even do a close-up. But the Master's Keep, you know, Deets are on the inside. It doesn't come with a pamphlet, but it does hold the whiskey. And I would imagine that, you know, when you get this bottle, you're going to hold on to the case and you're going to show that off to all your buddies. You're also going to want to share this too. My goodness. This is the bottle that you show off at the party for sure. But you want to do that early on before everybody starts drinking all the whiskey and then they forget what the hell they tasted. But as far as this, I feel like this bottle speaks definitely to the whiskey connoisseur.
100%.
This is a connoisseur bottle. This is the one that, again, you show off to your friends. You're going to impress quite a few people. I wouldn't give this to somebody who never tasted whiskey or just not into whiskey or maybe just learning about whiskey. There's a lot of nuance to this. Those that are into bourbon will certainly appreciate the hidden details that are in every sip. But this is definitely the classic luxurious bottle, and I certainly recommend you getting it for the MSRP price. All right, folks, so if you stuck around this long, I appreciate it. Again, consider subscribing to the channel. That's completely free. Or if you want to support the channel even further, become a Patreon. We are going to have our 6-year anniversary tasting coming up. So if you are in the New Mexico area or you can come down to Albuquerque, I would love to see that. I have a few fans that have done that. Big shout out to you. But it's coming soon. We're going to probably do our tasting either the 1st or 2nd week of November. I would love to see you guys there, wearing the Whiskey One shirts, showing off your challenge coins, and drinking out of the Whiskey One glass. Because my God, we've made it this far. Can you believe it? 6 years. And you know what? On that note, I'm going to enjoy some really, really good whiskey right now while I think about it. So hopefully I catch you there at the tasting. Now, remember this, here at Whiskey One, it's about the one you enjoy. Cheers.